greeting you use, we've been through a lot of greetings over the last 40 years, so every school we've been through is important. So I'm happy to be here. Thank you, John, inviting us up. Family Day, family reunion, all we got. And as we age, it becomes even more important. Nobody else understands our story better than we do. We have the story. Each and every one of us have a piece of the story. But I'm here to talk about food. That's what I do. The last, I don't know how many years now. But food is my life. It still is my life. I want to share some of my food secrets and experience with you that will help you to live a long and healthy, productive life. I believe that food is your medicine and medicine is your food. I don't believe in prescription drugs and things like that. And I'm not a picture perfect of health. I'm not standing and preaching to you from a standpoint of view that I am 100% because I'm not. But I can tell you this. It's something that our mothers, our sisters, our daughters have always known. Getting in the kitchen and preparing your own foods is the way to go. Because you know what's in the food that you cook. When you buy food, and I eat out a lot too, but I eat at certain places. I know where I'm going. I know what the places there. I'm not a stranger there, and I go to the same places all the time. So I know these people. I know the chefs, like that. For the most part, I cook at home. When I'm cooking at home, I know what's in my food. I know how much sodium is in it. I know how much salt, how much sugar. I know how much carbohydrates. I know everything because I'm the one that's putting the ingredients in it. So for those of us who don't know how to cook, my advice to you is get back in the kitchen. A lot of our problems today, because disease is a big business in this country. Cancer is a big business. They have the cures. We just lost our dear brother, Dr. Sabaq. So we know we can heal ourselves. The body has the ability to heal itself from just about anything, but it can't do it if it's not getting the right nutrition. And it's not just nutrition, it's attitude. It's be happy, enjoy yourself. Embrace the gift of old age, of eldership, Embrace it and be happy with it and share some of our wisdom with the younger generation. Our generation was the greatest generation. We produced some of the greatest kids. And we accomplished some of the greatest things. We built, with the help of Imam Isa, Dr. Malachi Ziyar, Panabab, we helped build a nation, a number of things. Brooklyn and Bushwick, upstate New York, Tomaree and Eaton, at Edgewood Avenue right here in Atlanta. We have the most experience any generation that's ever existed in this country. We have it. We still have that zeal. But go back into the basic stuff of life, the basic things, food, nutrition. Go back to that. What I did was, I wrote 2 cookbooks, and I brought some copies to give away to the elders for free. And these 2 books here actually are recipes that I had gotten from Dr. Malachi Ziyar when I was his personal chef upstate New York. A lot of the recipes were some of the actual recipes that I was cooking for him at that time, which was over a period of a year before he went down to Eatonton, Georgia. So I compiled these books. The whole reason I wrote this book was because at the time you couldn't write letters up there, and there was no other way to reach him. So I remember something that he said. He said, if you're trying to reach me or get in touch with me, you'll find your way. So I wrote this book, and I had the publisher send a copy to him, and he got it. So this book here is my life's work. It's my life's experiences. And like I said before, we all know that Dr. York was a great chef in his own right. He was a chef. Most of you sisters probably know that. I know we do. We cook for us all the time. Ismail knows. He cooked for us all the time. He would go in and throw some spaghetti together, or he'd do that Sudanese chicken with the peanut butter. There's a lot of things he's exposing us to, and this is what inspired me to become a chef. Yaya, it was Yaya and Doc, and I was standing up talking, but Doc was talking to Yaya. And he told Yaya to go to school, learn a skill. Yaya decided he was going to culinary school in Newark, New Jersey. This was in the early 70s. It was around 72, 73. I went enrolled in, I went with him to enroll in school. And that's how I got my start. I'm not standing here saying I did all this alone because it was the help of brothers like Yahya. That you know, that conversation was for him, it wasn't for me. But I happened to be there, so I benefited from it too. And I still cook full time. I was just diagnosed Friday with arthritis in the right knee. So it could be anywhere else in my body, but we just found out it was right here where it's really set in. So I was diagnosed 5 years ago with lymphoma, which is something that I live with. But I have it under control because I cook at home. I cook my foods. I see my doctors on a regular basis. My hematologist I only see once every 6 months. And it is at a 0 stage. It hasn't progressed. But lymphoma is a condition that can flare up at any time. And, you know, so I'm not sitting around worrying about this and feeling sorry for myself. You know what I said? I'm going to get up off my behind, I'm going to get out, and I'm going to do what we do. So I've been out, I go out, I travel around, and wherever I'm invited to, lecture about food and things like that, and this is what's keeping me going. I don't worry about other stuff. Worrying is bad for your health. Right. Worrying, sitting around worrying and stuff. Live your life, like Ish always says. Live your life, man. Live your life. You know, because when it's over, and it's inevitable eventually. But we have the ability, we got memories we can live off of. So I want to share these books. This book here is there's beef, everything but pork. So that's beef recipes, chicken, seafood in here. And this one here is vegan, vegetarian for those that don't eat meat. But I only brought a certain amount of copies. You want the elders to get copies first. And then from that point on, whoever else wants a free copy. Books are free. And also, I wanted to share another thing too about in your cooking. You really want to try, I try to cook as healthy as I possibly can, but that's not always possible. But whatever you do, like if you're gonna stir fry, cut down on the frying. The method of cooking, the method of how you cook is very important. It's just as important as the food. Cut back on the deep frying. If frying food is not bad, it just depends on how you fry the food. You can pan sear the food. The type of oils you use when you're cooking is very critical. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different types of oil. Olive oil is not a very good oil to cook with because it has a low smoke point. Avocado oil has a higher smoke point than olive oil, and so does coconut oil. But, so you want to have at least 3 to 4 different types of cooking oil in your pantry at all times because each oil has a cooking purpose. All foods are not alike. Some foods have a higher tolerance of heat than others do. You want to do a lot of saute, stir fry, baking, you know, and I saw something that Ish was using, a bamboo steamer for steaming his fish. These things are very critical to optimal health because we only get a certain amount of enzymes in our bodies. As you get older, your enzymes start to deplete. It's very critical. We also want to go with alkaline foods, like the Dr. Sebi said, electric foods. Because once the body becomes acidic, that's when bacteria sets in. You want to keep your body at a pH level of 7.5 or above, somewhere in that range. But I think it's 7.0 and below is acidic. An acidic environment is not a healthy environment. That's where all your diseases and everything grows in an acidic environment. Even though I live with lymphoma, I have it under control because I keep my body on an alkaline level. I keep my pH at a certain level at all times. And it's going to take work, but it pays off in the long run. You know, I'm 67. I'm not on any medical prescription drugs. I'm not on any medical drugs. Chef Douglas was my mentor. And that's why one of the reasons I honored so many people. I honored so many people in this book here. He was honored in here because Chef Douglas, as you know, was our head chef on Tamaray for many, many years. The weddings, he's done it all. And I learned a whole lot from him. So as we age, we learn from everybody we come in contact with. It's up for us to take what we learn and incorporate it into our own lives. You see what I'm saying? And you know, it's very critical that we give credit to where it's due and not take, I don't try to take the credit for everything, because I wouldn't be standing here if I was on my own. I'm here because of all the different people, because of you that I've come in contact with over the years, and you passed something on to me that I ran with. You know what I mean? Yahya, Khalid. I mean, the list goes on. Hey, guys, my will. We went to Atlanta together back in the 80s, 90s, or whatever that was. I don't know. I don't remember that well. 80s or the 90s. Drawing eating on Tom already, you know. We be out there working and we be out there playing like we were working. And all of a sudden, you know, we see this little school climb with Justin behind it. And it's oh, hit the Tron, y'all. Everybody started running around, grabbing shovels, everything like we was working. Oh, man. So we have affected Anissa Sabaq. She fed us and took care of us for years. You inspired us. You inspired me to be where I am today. You know, do what do it. All of the cooks and chefs we had, you inspired us. Everybody is inspirational. We touch everybody that we come in contact with, especially each other. I love everybody here. I apologize to anybody I might offend in the last 40 years. You know, Pops always said I was a little crazy. Yeah, I remember we were on Carroll Street in Brooklyn, and we had the taxis running everything. Everybody was working, man. And Pops was standing around. I was standing around doing nothing. I was trying to be like him. I mean, not that he was running the show. But I was standing around watching him like, and he was like, back then, what are you doing? And I was like, I looked at everybody that was running around working. And I said, I don't know what I'm doing. He said, you know what? This nigga is crazy. I said, I don't know what I'm doing. He said, you crazy, man. You're out of your mind. Find something to do. You said,